Hello and welcome to my tutorial on how to create CRISPR pgun. It is basically pretty simple. It's pretty much an anime picture slapped with katakana and text. The text we use in particular is Kozuga Gothic, and we'll get into that later. Alright, so of course you want to find an anime picture or any cartoon or something that you want to use in your model. The one that I'll be using for this tutorial is from My Hero Academia Uchakura. This for Blaze actually. So let me just save this actually there, and then save on my folder here. I'm just call it anime.png if I could type. Then what you want to do is, of course, alright, actually the thing that you want to use is any image manipulation software. The one that I'll be using for today is GIMP and Pen.net because both are free, open source, and is very easy to work with. That's it really. But if you want to use like something like Photoshop or something, it's basically the same because we want to use no, not use, but we want to get color, what is it called, a cloud filter on the background, and then it's basically pretty simple. You could do it in Paint.net even. It's super simple, but I'll be using GIMP as well. So first thing that you want to get a template that I'll be putting in my video description. So we got everything in here to create a CRISPR pgun. We got a template that I'll be using later, and then the font if you hadn't installed already, and then examples if you really wanna get it. I've got like this mine. This is my creation, and then this CRISPR. So it's basically near the same. I wouldn't say it's perfectly the same, but so the procedure is super simple. It's basically just dragging this into GIMP, of course. What else? And then of course first make sure you had your Kozuga Gothic installed, of course. And then let me just drag this also. Let me just create a new. Oh no, it's already been right here. So let me just here. One thing I like to make here. One thing I like to do is to create. Is to scale. I meant the character such a way their bottom part is slightly visible in this what's called this bottom part of the pgun, I guess. And then another thing I like to do is having the left most side of your character of your image is to be around here ish, and this will look great in game. Alright, so with Kozuga Gothic installed, of course you want to get let me just Kozuga, no, it's there you go, 50, and I'll set 50. And then I don't know if this GIMP thing or with the phone or GIMP, but I'll be putting some spacing in here. So the spacing I use is I think this -5, -5, and then no, we'll use 30 for this. I think really choose the font size of your hard content, but I'll be using 30 for this because it is I find it the most I find it the better. I find it better to use 30. And then let me just use drop shadow So filter, line shadow, drop shadow, and then I've had a preset already. We use text outline, and let me just into 3 to basically have a good amount of space in here. Is basically covered by black, and like here, there's a good one. Yeah, I say so. Alright, so if you had the text already, of course you want to get uh katakana. The thing I use for katakana is basically a Google Translate. You can like throw some word in here and then translate to Japanese or something if you like it. So I've got it already. So let me just save here, and then again Kozuka Gothic, and I'll be using 15 for this, for the oops, what's it called, Kozuka, and then 25, not 25, 15. There you go. And then I'll be using -5 space for spacing, and then we'll do the same for this. There you go. That should have looked great, I'd say. Actually, the one thing I like to do is having a good part, like 30%, I guess, of your phone, not phone, or text, to be covering the character, the image, like here-ish, and then I'll be putting the katakana right next to it, here. That's it, really. We got the setup working. Now we want to get the background, of course. So the background we're gonna use is actually, let me just drag this open. So let me, here in paint.net, what we want to use is, of course, make a new layer behind the template. Of course, you go to render, effects render, and then clouds. Here we gotta mess around. First of all, actually, you want to get a color for this. Let's say an orange, and then for the second color is like orange something. That'd be great, actually. Like so. We go to clouds, and let me put the roughness into 0.85, and then for the scale we'd want to use like, you could play with this, like find the best one for you, but I'll be using probably 800, like this. And then hold on, I was meant to apply that like so. The thing you want to use is reseed until you find the one you like. So the thing you wanna look into is to have this part like not so bright, not so white, I guess, not so. Hold on, let me just, there, something like this would be great. So I'll be choosing this. Once you're done, you wanna copy the thing with me behind the template, the second layer basically, and then let me just make a new layer, and then no, it's put it in like there you go, and we got our CRISPR vegan. That's it, really. It is super simple. So let me just, actually, one thing you want to do is, of course, save it. Let me just, this is for Blaze, like so, and then we're gonna merge all this together, then Control E for export in GIMP, and let me just name it Speaking Tutorial Blaze Blaze.png, I meant. Alright, there you go. We've got it here. Looks pretty. So let me just copy paste this uh, photogun.pdf, and to save some time in VTF, one thing I like to do is to Control E, which is basically for import texture, and then Control S like that, and then we got one basically. So let me just install it to materials, models, weapon, free model. There you go. And let's see it in game, shall we? Alright, so here's I'm in game. This looks dope, pretty much. It's not our greatest, but it's alright for me. If you have any question, feel free to DM me on Discord if you like. That's about it really. Have a good one.